Well, it's time now for our health report, and joining us now is Africa 54 health correspondent Linord Moudou with a look at immunizations. Hello, Linord.
Hello, Vince, and hello, everyone. Final clinical trials of malaria vaccine RTS-AS01, the first to reach this stage, suggest it could help protect millions of children against malaria. But tests on 16,000 children from 7 African countries found that booster doses were of limited use and vaccines in young babies were not effective. After children aged 5 to 17 months were given 3 doses of the vaccine, while the immunization was only 46% effective. Data from the trial published in The Lancet showed that the success rate fell to even lower levels in younger infants. But experts say getting the vaccine this far is a scientific milestone. Now, this week is World Immunization Week. The World Health Organization says progress towards global vaccination targets for 2015 is far off track. According to the WHO, 1 in 5 children is still missing out on routine life-saving immunizations. This could avert 1.5 million deaths each year from preventable diseases. In 2013, nearly 22 million infants missed receiving the required 3 doses of diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis containing vaccines. Many of them live in the world's poorest countries. The WHO is calling for renewed effort to get progress back on course to halt the unnecessary disabilities and death caused by failure to vaccinate. Dr. Jean-Marie Okwobele is the WHO's Director of Immunization, Vaccines and Biologicals.
Today, WHO is calling for the global community and countries to close immunization gaps so that every child has access to the basic vaccines that they need. And to do so, there are 3 steps that we are promoting. First, integrate immunization services with the rest of health services so that at each contact, a child may be verified for its immunization status and receive the vaccines that he or she needs. Second, we need to expand immunization services so that we reach all children no matter where they live, including in areas where we have crisis. And third, we have to make sure that vaccines are affordable and accessible to all.
And many countries worldwide have experienced large measles outbreaks in the past year, threatening efforts to achieve the Global Vaccine Action Plan target of eliminating measles in 3 WHO regions by end of 2015. Now, for the first time since the start of the Ebola outbreak, countries hit by the Ebola outbreak in West Africa are conducting major immunization campaigns to protect millions of children against preventable but potentially deadly diseases. Sierra Leone, Liberia, and Guinea have embarked on a major nationwide immunization campaigns following a drop in Ebola cases. The 3 countries affected most by Ebola plan to vaccinate more than 3 million children against diseases such as measles and polio. The immunization initiative requires widespread education and sensitization of communities where some residents are reported to be refusing vaccines amid rumors of a deliberate plot to infect them with Ebola. Sarah Kaba heads a village health center in Gekedu, one of the earliest towns affected by the virus.
Because of Ebola, the community is wary. People are afraid to go to a health center because they think they might be suspected of having Ebola. But today, thanks to the sanitization that has been done, they have come to receive their vaccinations.
The Ebola epidemic disrupted delivery of routine childhood vaccines against diseases such as measles, polio, and meningitis. A study published last month by researchers at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health in the United States warned that measles cases could almost double in countries hardest hit by the Ebola outbreak. Guinea launched a nationwide measles campaign this month, targeting 1.3 million children ages 6 months to 9 years. Some 100,000 children were vaccinated during an initial response to a measles outbreak in February.
People are afraid because of Ebola, but with the sensitization, they can understand why the vaccination is important.
Because the immunization campaigns are taking place while the threat of Ebola remains, vaccinators have to follow strict protocols, including the use of protective gears, such as gloves and aprons, as well as regular hand washing. In Liberia, a campaign supported by UNICEF to provide measles and polio vaccinations to over 700,000 children under 5 is planned for May. And that's our Africa Health Report for today. Back to you, Vincent.
Well, Linord, thanks a lot. And I'll be sure to watch Linord Moudou's health reports every Tuesday and Thursday right here on Africa 54.